Make sure. Very good. And a few more people coming in. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, and thank you for attending the webinar. We'll be brief. If everybody could please mute their phones, that's very important so we don't get feedback, and so everybody has the opportunity to hear. Thank you so much for being here, and congratulations on taking the action to improve your life and your career. This webinar will serve as a guide to finding, developing, and mastering your source of sales. I have dedicated my life to the field of real estate brokerage and personal development. This course has been what I have learned over the past 27 years in real estate. It's everything that I've learned, it's everything I've experienced, everything I've lived through since I began this wonderful business called brokerage in 1988. I am certain that your quest towards mastery will be accelerated after you accept and go through this source of sales challenge. The purpose of any goal or challenge is not what you will get from it, yet it is who you become in the pursuit and accomplishment of them. So our goal is not just to make you more money and grow your business, but it is to become a better agent and a better person that creates better relationships in their business and life. Inside our course, you are going to be given secrets, scripts, and antidotes that will allow you to begin to dominate in your individual marketplace, as well as transform your life for the greatness that you have within you. It is with a heartfelt gratitude that I share this information with you. I hope it will enrich your life and increase your productivity in your business. The content that you're about to get, if you choose to join us, is something that is truly original. You'll have not heard this from any other speakers, although I generated a lot of my content from the masters of real estate. It is from a heartfelt practitioner just like you. I have starved in this business. I've been disappointed in this business. I've been rejected. I've been made fun of. I've been doubted. But I've always believed that my source for success in this business comes from my attitude and a strong ability to develop the skills it takes to interact with others. So let us get started on our webinar about the Source of Sales Challenge. The Source of Sales Challenge is a day-and-a-half course. There's 5 hour and 50-minute sessions, and it gets to the 5 pillars of what I consider to be success in real estate. The first session or course is in what I call self-mastery. And I believe that before you master others, you must first master yourself. When I look at the most successful agents in this business, the ones that are truly dominating, and conversely, when I look at the ones that aren't hitting their goals and who are not fulfilling their destiny in this business, I think what I see mostly is a person that has mastered themselves, and or conversely, a person that is really struggling day to day with who they are and what they're all about. Source of Sales in our self-mastery platform, this first session, is going to analyze where you are. It's going to be a self-analysis. You're actually going to take the time to say, here is where I am. You will take the time to say, here is where I want to go, here is who I want to be, and this is what I want to have. And this is what I want to learn. So this very first session is all about you. And most people, in fact 90% of the people, when we talk about how much time have you spent really sitting down and focusing on what you want to be, do, and have, most people haven't done that in over a year. The great thing about session 1 in the self-mastery is for an hour and 50 minutes, we are going to do intensive journaling. We are going to expose you to some of the greatest personal development tricks that there are, And our goal is, after session 1, you are going to feel like you have a renewed vision and a renewed purpose for what you're doing. This business will take a lot out of you. And if you're just showing up selling homes and you don't know why you're showing up and selling homes, this business will eat you up and spit you out. So that is basically what session 1 is about. We tackle the question, what would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail? You know, I'm not sure where you are in terms of the success of your business, the income that you're wanting, or the fulfillment of your practice. But if you thought about, not even real estate, but just in life, if there's things that you would attempt to do that you're not attempting now, session 1 is going to be a great session for you. It's a great exploratory session in your mind and your heart and your vision. And I think that is a question that we want you to come to session 1 with. We're also going to cover the 4 rules for self-mastery. The 4 rules very simply are this: you can't do it on your own. You need to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, you need to get one. When we look at the successful people in business around the nation, they're living their vision. And if you are not living the vision of your life, you are probably living the vision of somebody else's. Source of Sales Session 1 is about you creating your vision, structuring your vision, and going after your vision. If you feel like you're wandering aimlessly through life, if you feel like you're wandering aimlessly through this business, I can promise you after session 1 you're gonna feel much better. The 3rd rule of self-mastery is attitude. Obviously, I've written a book on attitude. We will be touching on that. And then number 4 is what we call the reconditioning process. So we're going to help you understand where you are. We're going to help you understand what conditions are running your life. And then we're going to help you gain leverage over your business and your life and recondition your mind and your life and your vision for ultimate success. At the very end of session 1, we're going to call the sales expectation test. I believe that you get what you expect out of yourself and others. There's a 40 questions that we will engage in. If you could please mute your phones, that would be great for those of you who just jumped on. So the 4 tests that you will get are a sales expectation test, a test regarding your skills in communication, a test regarding the values that you have, not like your personal values, but the value you're giving to the marketplace, and number 4, the effort that you're putting forth in your life and in your career. So the sales expectation test is a very, very fun way to close session number 1. As I mentioned, each session is an hour and 50 minutes, and we'll take a 10-minute break in between both. The schedule is that we just have 2 classes on the first day, 3 classes on the second. Every 20 to 30 minutes, there will be an interactive exercise that you will do with a partner. So this isn't Glenville stands up and lectures you for an hour and 50 minutes and we go to the next one. This is about engaging with you, helping you interrelate and interact with other people in the room, and coming out with increased skills and communications when it comes to getting listings, getting sales, and or prospecting. So that is session 1, which we call self-mastery. Session 2, once we have your mind right, we know your vision, excuse me, and we understand what you're really going after, session 2 is huge. It's the backbone of being a success in real estate and hitting your numbers. And it's called prospecting mastery. This isn't about buy owners and expireds. This prospecting mastery is about a couple things. Number 1, why we love to prospect. Most people in real estate, 8 out of 10 people in real estate, do not love to prospect. But we are going to recondition your mind, the mindset of, I love to prospect. And I'm going to talk about why you love to prospect and how having that attitude aligned with your vision that we've created in self-mastery, it's going to change the way you think about talking to new people, buyers or sellers, and prospecting for business. So many of us know what to do. So many of us have been told what to do. So many of us have gone to Mike Ferry and he's given us the greatest scripts ever. But knowing what we're supposed to do and actually doing it are two different things, right? So what we're gonna work on, it's not what you know, but it's about how you feel about what you know. And what I try to work on with you here is helping you feel why you love to prospect. The next thing we're going to do is go through the CACC formula. This formula has been used throughout the country, and I've done it with, I would say, thousands of students at this point. But the question is, do you really know your numbers? Do you really know how many contacts you need to be making to set a certain amount of appointments that turn into written contracts that turn into closing? Contacts, appointments, contracts, and closings. We're going to break down exactly the numbers. If you don't know your numbers, you're not going to hit them when it's all said and done. So we spent about 15 or 20 minutes on the CACC formula. Whatever income you're desiring, this formula will work. So we will introduce you to that. We will work you through that. If you want to make $500,000 in gross closed commissions, you're going to know down to the day how many people you need to talk to. The great thing is you can be terrible talking to people. You can be a horrible salesperson. But if you do the CACC formula, I guarantee you, you are going to hit your goals. The next thing we do in session 2 is understand why we don't prospect. And the bottom line is we talk a little bit about procrastination, which we define as living yesterday, thus avoiding today, thus ruining tomorrow. So we have a little session on procrastination. We help you identify what you're procrastinating in your life and your business, how to hog tie that, get after it, and push it forward. Understanding negotiations is in the prospecting session. You know, we negotiate with sellers, we negotiate with buyers, we negotiate with our spouses, we negotiate with our children, but the most important negotiation you have is the negotiation with yourself. We have a tremendous exercise in SOS that helps you understand how you negotiate with yourself, why you let off the hook, and how you continue to get better in leveraging your negotiations. Generating leads and prospecting are worthless unless you have the ability to connect and convert. The final part of our prospecting mastery is understanding the connection and conversion process of when you're out there prospecting. How do we close the sale? How do we close the prospect on doing business with us? And we focus on product knowledge, people skills, and attitude. We have a very, very lengthy exercise that helps you do that. When we talk about prospecting, we do about 20 to 30 minutes on straight up for sale by owners. I'm not saying that everybody has to do a for sale by owner, but the for sale by owner scripting that we use works with expireds, it works with people at open houses. The training that we provide on that for sale by owner script or that for sale by owner process is something that can carry the ball down the road. Our goal in SOS for you is, if you're not a by owner or expired type of person, is to open your mind and think of other ways that you can contact people to do business. A lot of times a lot of people have told us, you know, marketing is about getting my name out there. And I'm here to tell you that marketing is really about getting their name into your inbox. And so we're going to take a look at that inverse relationship and understanding prospecting and marketing, much the same thing. It's not necessarily about getting your name in front of more people, but it's really about more people contacting you for business. In other words, what I'm saying is, how do we become more attractive and contagious in the marketplace so that people call you instead of you having to go call them? So we're going to train you a little bit on both of those. The third leg is called listing mastery and seller mastery. We know that if you list, you last. And the quickest way to doing 52 or 100 transactions is getting the listing. The only way you're going to get paid double fees is getting the listing. The only way you're going to control your time is getting the listing. So we will start day 2 with what we call listing mastery and seller mastery. What I love to talk about when we go into the best listers never talk at a listing. All they do is ask questions. And I know that if I say it, a seller will doubt it. But if the seller says it, guess what? It's true. And the best listers that I've ever seen never make statements on a listing. All they do is ask question after question after question. We are going to provide you with 50 questions that could become your listing presentation. You're just going to walk in, you're going to use the questions, they're going to list it at the price you want, at the commission you want. Trust me, you're going to love this. So we will be giving you specific questions to ask. We're going to teach you how to set the table with your sellers, because how you show up matters. And the question is how are you showing up in front of a seller right now? And so we have 10 great questions to set the table for a seller. And then we're going to have you come up with your own questions as well that will make you a more effective listing agent. The next thing is harmonizing with the seller. You know, sellers have attitudes and perceptions about real estate agents. We're going to identify what are the seller's attitudes, what are their perceptions, and how do we harmonize those and handle those. We're going to go through the best listing tool. We are a big believer in the net proceeds sheet, and we're going to talk about 21 different ways to use the net proceeds sheet to dial the seller in to what matters most. And what matters most is this: how much of a check do I get at closing? So sellers want to argue with us and talk about everything that doesn't matter. The only thing that really matters is, when can I get you a check and when can we close the deal, right? How much is the check? When do we close? So we really focus in on how to get through all the clutter with the seller and get a seller focused on the 2 most important things. Lastly, we're going to talk about handling seller objections. We will handle every single seller objection you've ever heard. We will handle it correctly. We will give you the best language to use. You can bring as many seller objections as you want. You can email them to me. Any seller objection that you have heard, we will handle for you. People have made money on that part easily. Session 4. So this will be our second session in the day. We're going to do a morning. You're going to have the seller session, then you're going to have the buyer session right afterwards. And you know, it's about prospecting, it's about sellers, but certainly it's about buyers. And my God, today, you know, buyer mastery is tougher than ever. With multiple offers, we're going to be talking about multiple offer strategies, how to get multiple offers accepted, and the like. We're going to give you some great buyer engagement questions, setting the table with buyers. You know, we go through all the pain that buyers cause us. You know, nighttime showings, weekend showings, showing buyers 20 or more homes, 30 or more homes, and then they go to a builder or a buy owner and you're out the door. The bottom line is we're going to show you how to set the table with buyers. Before you take buyers out, if you go through our buyer engagement question, you will shorten the time you will work, and you will also sell them homes in fewer amount of showings than you're probably doing right now. The other thing that we will be covering is the 21 ways I service you. You know, most buyers have no idea why they need us. And when I ask real estate agents, give me 5 reasons why a buyer needs you, most people can't give me 1. We're going to give you 21 ways that we service the buyer. So when you're sitting with a buyer and talking to them about using you and letting you represent them, you are going to have 21 things to talk about. Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, here's 21 things I do for you. Now, for me to do all of this, I'm going to ask you for two things. I'm going to ask that you stay loyal to me and not use another agent. And I'm going to ask that if there's a buyer owner or a builder, that you let me be involved. And we're going to talk a little bit in those 21 ways about builders and buyer owners and how to overcome that. Buyer skills, we hit on how to influence the buyer. We are creatures of influencing, and how to sell a home in 10 showings or less. I had a run in my career when I was working buyers where I think we sold 15 or 20 buyers in one showing. It took me, I got them in my car. I'm going to teach you the system I used to set the table with the buyer, get them engaged, get them on your side, and get them to a point where they say, you know what, I think today is the day. Our home, our future home, is in the list that we're going to see, and we're going to end up writing on the home. This is an incredibly fun exercise. I walk you through exactly how we've done it, and we have agents in our company today that follow this system, and instead of showing buyers 30 homes on 10 different appointments, they're going out 1, maybe 2 times, 5 homes a pop, and writing deals. Then we're going to talk about loyalty. You know, not only buyer loyalty, seller loyalty, any loyalty. 21 ways to build buyer loyalty. So you're going to get the 21 things you do to help buyers, and then I'm going to teach you how to create buyer loyalty so they're with you always. The last thing we're going to talk about is how to close the buyer. And when I talk about closing the buyer, I mean, let's not write 5 offers with the buyer. Let's close the buyer, write the best offer, and get the deal. Closing the sale is part of sales. And you're either a good closer or you're not a good closer. I'm going to give you the greatest closing questions and lines ever. Not that it will sound sappy, but it will create the language that it takes in order to help people make decisions that get you paid. So we will be doing a closing the sale session. We're going to have a little lunch after that, and then we'll come back for the very last course, which is value mastery. When I ask agents, what is your value to the marketplace? Again, most people have no idea how to present, how to demonstrate, how to define, and how to communicate value. I love this saying, when there is no value, all that is left is price. If you're with a seller and all they're saying is what's your fee, what's your fee, what's your fee, or you're with a buyer and they just keep writing lowball offers, the problem is that you're not creating the value where they want to respect you, trust you, and listen to you. This hour and 50-minute session is about how to build your value. And some of us don't even value ourselves. Let's be honest. You know, it's tough to sell real estate if you have no self-worth or no self-value. This session is going to be about you growing into a certain ideal of yourself, saying, you know what, I do respect myself, and I'm not going to let people push me around in this business. Our consumers are pushing us around more now than ever before. And the agents who understand their value, can communicate their value, are the ones that will last and not be pushed around. Why do I need you? We are going to answer that question, okay? We're going to give you 10 ways to give and show value first to the marketplace. We're going to talk about building trust. We have a great little session, it's about 20 minutes, on how to get trust, how to give trust, how to build trust, and how to hold on to trust with your clients. If you don't feel like your clients, your buyers or sellers are trusting you, this session will be good for you. Towards the end of this session, we're going to talk about branding yourself. I'm not sure if any of you have brands or not. We have some agents in the company that are doing extraordinarily good with their brands. If you go to my Broad Ripple Home Facebook page, Glenville Group Facebook page, you're going to see a unified logo, a unified brand, and that's what this is going to come from. So if you don't have a brand, that's fine. But what we're going to help you do is identify what could be your brand. You're going to actually take the time to sit down and say, I need to become a brand. Who am I? What am I about? What does my name stand for in this business? And trust me, you're going to list and sell more for higher fees if you have a brand. There's an old saying, people want to do business with a somebody, not a nobody. Those who brand are somebodies. All right, so 21 ways, and then we finish the day. This usually takes about 45 minutes. Sometimes we'll do an hour. We'll work with people back and forth. The bottom line is this. Commission objections are a problem everywhere. There's never been an easier time to charge a higher fee than in today's market. If you're getting beat up on your fees, there's a reason why. But most importantly, know this. The commission objection takes 1 minute to handle, maybe 2 minutes. And the bottom line is most real estate agents in the marketplace do not have the skill to handle the commission objection. When you get out of the source of sales training, you will have 21 different ways to handle the commission objection. We have seen agents, and I have agents on the videos that have said, Glenn, you know, just this part of the course made me $40,000 more money last year. So I love teaching the 21 ways to beat the commission objection. I love helping real estate agents make more money than ever. So the bottom line is this. You can sign up now. There's plenty of links that I've sent to you on your emails. We would love to have you. More importantly, we would love to have you invite one of your friends in the company or one of your friends from a different company. Or we'd love to have you invite somebody that's maybe thinking about real estate but hasn't quite made the jump. This course could actually give them the kickstart that they need. If you buy online today, you can promo code on my website, SOS. This is a Century 21 Sheets discount. I know that Century 21 Sheets is actually cutting this in half to $99 and cutting it in half and again for $49. We have a money-back guarantee. If you think that our course sucks, then you let us know and we'll cut you a check back. My name is Glenn Bill. I am inviting you to the Source of Sales Challenge. I can tell you that the group will probably be smaller than most, but those of you who attend will become more profitable and will become more productive and will have more professionalism than they've ever known before in our 1.5-day seminar. I want to thank you for considering joining us next week, and I look forward to seeing you in the Source of Sales room. We may have a venue change, just so you know, and I wish you all continued success. If anybody has any, now would be the time to hit me in the chat box. Anybody have any questions? We got 2 minutes to spare. I don't think so. Guys, I appreciate your time. And like I say, I'd love to work with you. And I can tell you that we've had many, many Centurions go through the SOS training. And we'll look forward to seeing you Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Take care, guys. Thank you.